Bloody hell, what happened to your nipples?
Before James Bond, before Special Forces as we know them, there was a secret unit handpicked by Winston Churchill to strike terror into the hearts of the Nazis.
Not sure it's working, Lassen. Captain looks rather agitated.
To by these gallant brothers and sisters of mercy.
In 1941, Britain was on the ropes. The Blitz rained fire down upon London, while German U-boats strangled the Atlantic supply lines. The conventional army, already stripped bare, was unable to cover everything at once. So Churchill turned to something new. A team of specialists handpicked for their fearless, cold-headed nature. In the 2024 film, they're not quite what you'd expect.
You're in trouble now! You've been a naughty boy!
Instead of a brutal Black Ops squadron, we're introduced to two Swedish drunkards. On a ship deep into enemy territory, they're said to be burned alive by the Nazis.
We followed and cheered him on and rewarded with a bullet to the back of his head. Isn't that funny? Why aren't you laughing?
But appearances can be deceiving. This is the true story, well, sort of, behind the most ungentlemanly heroes Britain has ever unleashed. Operation Postmaster, the hijacking of Axis supply ships from a neutral Spanish port in West Africa. The seminal mission of Churchill's Special Operations Executive and a pivotal moment in the war. The mission would be led by a small, undeniable team, men who did not exist on paper.
This will of course be an unsanctioned, unauthorized and unofficial mission.
First asset, Gus March Phillips, Captain, Leader.
He's currently incarcerated at His Majesty's pleasure. We may not like his attitude, but he's bold. He's a killer, and the men will follow him anywhere.
Second, Geoffrey Appleyard, Major, Saboteur.
He's a master planner, a master survivor, a chess grandmaster, and a surgeon with the blade.
Third, Henry Hayes, Lieutenant, Marksman.
Henry Hayes, a smart young Irishman who hates the Nazis because his older brother, who was a close friend of mine, drowned after a U-boat sank his fishing trawler.
And finally, Anders Lassen, the wild card, Psycho.
Grew up wrestling bears and hunting elk on his family estate. He's a legend with a Bowie knife and a bow and arrow. He ran away at 18 to fight the Nazis after the Gestapo tortured his brother to death. He gave up filleting game for gutting Nazis.
Behind them is Brigadier Colin M. Gubbins, the mastermind who inspired James Bond's head of MI6, and Ian Fleming, the man who would go on to write it. The stage is set. Failure is not an option. In Guy Ritchie's version, Operation Postmaster is pure chaos. A band of sarcastic misfits take on the Nazis with arrows, grenades, and plenty of one-liners.
So far, so good.
By the end, they've sunk the German resupply ship and humiliated the Nazis in the port. But this version isn't quite accurate. On screen, we get chaos, quips, bullets flying everywhere. In reality, it was a lot quieter. Here's what really happened. 3 Axis vessels were anchored in the harbour of Fernando Po, a Spanish colony off the coast of West Africa. Spain was officially neutral, but the port was a nest of German and Italian influence. Churchill's Special Operations Executive sent a team of commandos to remove the ships without alerting the Spanish. At night, under the cover of darkness, the raiders slipped into the harbour. The crews cut the anchors, boarded the ships, and secured them with hardly a sound. Not a shot fired, not a life lost. Less this, and more this. But what a lot of people don't realize about this movie is that it was the original spy story. Before Mission Impossible, before Jason Bourne, this tale of a band of misfits paved the way for everything. It even inspired the man who would go on to create the greatest spy series ever.
By these gallant brothers and sisters of mercy.
Operation Postmaster wasn't just a daring raid, it was proof that Churchill's Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare worked. From these beginnings came the foundations of Britain's special forces, the SAS and the SBS. But perhaps the strangest legacy is cultural. Among the men watching this all unfold was Ian Fleming. Inspired by the misfits and masterminds of Churchill's secret war, he would go on to create the most famous spy ever known, James Bond. So, in a way, without Gus March Phillips, Anders Lassen, and Brigadier Gubbins, we might never have had 007.
Gus March Phillips, this is Lieutenant Commander
Fleming. Ian Fleming.
If you enjoyed the story of Britain's first special agents, subscribe to see more movie breakdowns like this every week. And while you're at it, why not give us a like and tell us below what you'd like to see next?
Jolly thoughtful of you.